Eternal Recurrence is an idea from philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. It challenges you to analyze your life. It asks the question, would you be willing to repeat your life as you have lived it over and over and over again? This life, as you have lived it and now live it, you will have to live once more for an infinite number of repeating times. There will be nothing new, but every pain and every joy and every thought and every sigh and every unutterably small or great moment in your life will have to return to you, all in the same succession and sequence. Even this moment where you're listening to my beautiful voice right now. The eternal hourglass of your existence is turned around again and again and again, and you with it. Now I have a question for you. Do you hate this idea or do you love it? Does the thought of having to relive every moment of your current life create utter despair? Or would you experience a tremendous amount of relief because the thought of reliving the same life over and over and over again would be utterly divine? The idea of having to live your identical life again and again and again for all of eternity can be a jarring one. It often serves as a sobering thought experiment, leading you to consider seriously how you're really living. What Eternal Recurrence aims to do is to make you more aware. Are you living a life that you can take pride in? That you'd have no problem living over and over again because it was fully lived. Its aim is to increase your awareness that this life, your only life, should be lived well and fully, hoping to accumulate as few regrets as possible. Now, if the thought of having to relive your life again and again crushes you and is a depressing notion, then your task is to let this thought change you. This exercise serves as a guide, leading us away from our preoccupation with trivial concerns to the goal of living vitally. If you engage in this experiment and find the thought painful or even unbearable, there's one obvious explanation. You do not believe you have lived your life well enough. And because of this, if I was your therapist, I'd proceed by posing such questions as, how have you not lived well? What kind of regrets do you have about your life? What are the stifled parts of yourself that can still be realized? What are your daydreams? As a child, what have you imagined doing with your life? What endeavors in the past gave you the deepest sense of pleasure? The purpose of this exercise is not to drown anybody in a sea of regrets of the past, but ultimately to turn your gaze towards the future in this potentially life-changing question. What can you do in your life so that in 1 year or 5 years from now, you won't look back and have a similar dismay about the new regrets you've accumulated in your life? Or in other words, how can you find a way to live without continuing to accumulate regrets? This thought experiment provides a powerful tool to help those whose death anxiety stems from the sense of having failed to live life fully.